All right. Very good morning, everyone. Welcome to part 4 of our critical reasoning practice. We've been studying reasoning this week. Just give me a moment as I confirm if we're live or not. Yep, we are live. Cool. So, as always, before we begin with the practice, allow me to quickly introduce myself. Hi, I'm Prankur Arora. I'm going to be your instructor on this journey of learning. Hi, Shruti. Welcome to the class. And I've been in the learning industry for a while. I'm a trainer, I'm a coach, worked with different organizations such as uh, Interglobe. Okay, this is not working because of the GIF. Allow me to quickly erase this shit. Right. I've worked with organizations such as Interglobe, Marico, ITC, BD India, and the likes. I also hold advanced certifications in facilitation from an American organization known as Leadership Management International, and I run this startup by the name of Thought Sutra. So, yeah, that's pretty much about me. There are quite a lot of features that add to the Unacademy advantage. Features such as giving you daily life classes. On the platform, there's real time enablement between the educator as well as the learner. You can ask questions, spark off discussions, clear your doubts. Even the question answers, they are conducted in the form of live polls, which is another level of adrenaline rush because you're always competing for a place on the leaderboard, right? And that leaderboard is broadcast to anybody and everybody who is watching that lesson. We regularly conduct tests and quizzes as well. The next Unacademy Combat is on Sunday, I guess. And on the platform, you'll come across structured courses which are prepared by subject matter experts. And with one subscription, you get unlimited access to it all. All kinds of live and recorded courses that you can watch from any of your devices. These are the various subscription models. You can clearly see as the time period goes up, the cost of the subscription per month goes down. Right. And if you use my name Prankur, you will get an extra 10% off on any of the subscriptions that you go for. Having said that, let's start with the first lesson of the day. The first question rather. The first question is a flaw finding question. Try to figure it out. C or D? All right. Again, what is the premise? The premise is that the average normal infant born in United States weighs between 12 and 14 pounds at the age of 3 months. So 3 months pay, we have 12 and 14, basically 12 to 14 pounds at 3 months. Okay, this is my premise number one. The conclusion is therefore If a 3-month-old child weighs only 10 pounds, its weight gain has been below the United States average. So we are saying if we are weighing 10 pounds at the end of 3 months, our weight gain has been below the United States average. Asim, you've gotten it right. It is E. Why? Because weight gain is not the same as average weight. So they are giving us data about weight, but the conclusion is about weight gain. Weight gain is the change in the change in the weight, right? So weight gain could be the same even if they are weighing 10 pounds or 12 or 14 pounds or whatever, right? The weight is different, but weight gain could still be the same, right? So the flaw in the reasoning above is that weight gain is not the same as average weight. Next question. All right, E. Okay. What do you think, Asim? Okay, Asim thinks it's D. All right, let's look at it. What is my premise? Kale has more nutritional value than spinach. Okay, and then we are saying, but since collard greens have more nutritional value than, okay, collard greens, they have more nutritional value than lettuce. It follows that kale has more nutritional value than, okay. So essentially, we have a relationship between kale and spinach, and a relationship between collard greens and lettuce, and we have to conclude whether kale has more nutritional value than lettuce. Right? This is what we have to conclude. So we have to establish a relationship between K and L. That is the relationship that we have to establish. K and L. Right? So that means अपने को spinach and colored greens में perhaps relationship establish करना पड़ेगा. Right? Let's look at the premise, at the options. Now they are saying all of these help except one. Okay. Kale and collard greens have the same nutritional value. We'll start with E, kale and collard greens. So if K is equal to C, if K is equal to C and C is greater than L, then obviously K is greater than L. So this is correct. Spinach and collard greens have the same, S is equal to C. Now, since K is greater than S and S is equal to C, so K is greater than L as well. So even D makes sense. So assume D is incorrect. C. Spinach has more nutritional value than collard greens. S is greater than C. K is greater than S. S is greater than C. So obviously K is greater than L. So even C makes sense. B. Spinach has more nutritional value than lettuce and K is greater than S. So obviously K is greater than L. So even B makes sense. I think Shruti got this right. Well done, Shruti. Colored greens have more nutritional. If C is greater than K, if C is greater than K, so we know C is greater than L, and if we know that C is greater than K, we cannot conclude K is greater than L because again we have not established any link between K and L here, right? So uh, all of these make sense except for option A. Shruti got this right. Well done. Let's move on to the next question. All right, let's look at the premise, guys. Okay, Karan says C and Asim says B. All right. Which of the following, if true, goes furthest toward showing that these two statements could both be correct? Okay. What are the two statements? The two statements are probably the premise. At a certain investment bank that specializes in mergers and acquisitions, the highest percentage of potential deals that are never completed are those in which the bank's senior partner was the lead negotiator. Okay, so we are talking about the senior partner, and we are saying most of the deals that are never completed are senior partners' deals. Each of the senior partners' colleagues, however, states unequivocally that she is the most adept negotiator at the bank. So she's the best. She's the best, is what they are saying. She's the best. Number one, that is the premise. Number two, she does not close deals. She doesn't close deals. So, how can she be the best and not be closing deals at the same time? That is something that we have to justify, right? Option A says senior partner has better record of success than her immediate predecessor did. Are we concerned about the predecessor? No, we're not concerned about the predecessor. Plus, we know for a fact that she is the best, so therefore it makes sense that she has the better record. But that does not tell me anything about why she is not closing the deals. So I'll eliminate A, right? Okay. B says many of the junior partners were trained by the senior partner when they first join the firm. So again, that tells me that they hold her in high regard. That means she's the best, right? Each of the colleagues state that she's the best, she's the most adept negotiator. But again, B is not telling me anything about why the deals are not being closed, right? I need to find a reason as to why the deals are not being closed. So I'll eliminate option B as well. C makes the maximum amount of sense, that the senior partner works only on deals that have the least chance of coming to fruition. Since she has the least chance, since those deals have the least chance of coming to fruition, that is why the percentage of deals that are never completed is the highest for her, right? So C is the correct answer here, Karan. Earlier you'd gotten it right. I don't know why you changed it. The idea is that we know for a fact that she's rated highly, that she's the best, but I need an answer option that tells me why the deals are not being closed. And C tells me that these deals have the least chance of coming to fruition. That is why she has the highest percentage of cases or deals that are never completed. Just because of word only. What word are we talking about? What word are we talking about? Alright, so C is the answer in this particular question. Let's move on to the next one. Ah, so वो कह तो रहे थे deals that potentially might not come to fruition. So you have to summarize Luca's reasoning in response to Malcolm's admission. Shruti says C. Okay. What is Malcolm saying? Malcolm says, I refuse to feel any contrition about failing to report all of my income on my income tax returns last year. What is contrition? What is the meaning of contrition, guys? Contrition is essentially remorse. Contrition is remorse, that I do not feel any remorse about failing to report all of my income on my income tax returns last year, is what Malcolm is saying. That I've discussed this topic extensively with many friends, family members, and business associates, and it is clear to me that most Americans have bent the truth on their income tax returns at one time or another, so I don't feel any remorse. Yeah. Luca says it is improper for you to rationalize your actions this way. Why? Because regardless of how often it occurs, an illegal deed is illegal and should be punished. So she is saying कि ऐसे rationalize मत कर यार, तूने गलत काम किया है, and even if you try to rationalize it, it does not mean that the work is okay. She says you committed a crime and a crime is a crime. It is illegal and that is what it is. So don't try and rationalize your actions by saying that all of the people around you have done it one time or another. Yeah. So let's look at all the answer options. What is Luca saying here? A. She questions the credibility of the sources. She is not questioning the credibility of anybody. In fact, she is not even bothered by it. वो कह रही है, don't tell me what others have done or not done. You committed a wrong deed and you should be punished for committing a wrong deed. Right? So A is wrong there. B says she offers evidence that Malcolm's actions were much more severe than he perceived them to be. Is she offering any evidence? There is no evidence that she is offering, right? Okay, Karan says D. Alright. There is no evidence that Luca is offering. She's just saying that you did something illegal and it is illegal and it should be punished. So there is no evidence that Luca is offering here. C. She demonstrates that Malcolm's rationalizations are based on insufficient evidence. Understand, guys, she's not questioning the evidence here. She's not telling Malcolm that the people that you mention, all your business associates, friends, and family members, she's not punching a hole in that evidence. She's least bothered about the evidence. All that she's saying is that you did something illegal and you should be punished. So C is also incorrect there. And Karan got this right. D is the answer. She asserts that the frequency of crime does not lessen its severity. Even if Malcolm did it for the first time, she is saying regardless of how often it occurs. Again, she is saying that regardless of how often it occurs, an illegal deed is still illegal and it should be punished. चाहे तुमने पहली बार करा हो, तुमने पांचवी बार करा हो, 10वीं बार करा हो, you did something wrong and accept that it's wrong and accept the punishment. Right? So D is the answer in that regard. Well done, Karan. Let's move on to the next question now. Karan says A or D. All right. What is the question? The question is which of the following conclusions can be most properly drawn about eye-related diseases from the information given? What is the information given? And we have to draw a conclusion. Okay. Number one. In 1994, the most common eye-related disease from which Americans suffered was conjunctivitis, and glaucoma was a distant second. So, conjunctivitis was number one, glaucoma was distant second in 1994. Then they say glaucoma is much more common among patients who are more than 50 years old, and it is among those who are 50 or younger. Okay, much more common among patients who are more than 50 years old than it is among those who are 50 or younger, but the incidence rate for conjunctivitis is same. So C is uniform. It can occur for younger people as well as older people, whereas G is for older people, right? That is what premise number 2 tells us. Okay. Average age. Now, the third premise, the third information is that average age of all Americans is expected to exceed 50 by the year 2010. So, what are they saying? They are saying average age of all Americans is expected to exceed 50 by the year 2010. So, average age will be more than 50. That means more old people than younger people. More old people by 2010 is what they are saying. तो अब हमें इसको लेके कुछ कंक्लूजन निकालना है, right? A says conjunctivitis will remain the most common eye-related disease among Americans in 2010. Again, we need more information to conclude about this, right? We need more information to conclude about this, so we'll eliminate option A there. Understand, Karan, when it says conjunctivitis will remain the most common eye-related disease among Americans in 2010. So, we know in 1994 it was conjunctivitis, but if the average age of people is increasing, right? If average age of people is increasing, that means glaucoma could also become the most common, right? So, we need more information in order to conclude about this. Perhaps if we know this is number one and glaucoma is a distant second, but if we knew the gap and if we knew the rate by which people are rate by which people are basically contracting these diseases, then we would be able to conclude about this. But since we have no data, we can't conclude about this, right? So that is why I'll eliminate option A. B says by the year 2010, glaucoma will overtake conjunctivitis as the most common. Again, understand, Shruti, we have no data. हमको नहीं पता कि what if when we say conjunctivitis is number one and they say glaucoma is a distant second, what if glaucoma has only 5 cases and conjunctivitis has 100? Look at the gap is 95. Can we cross this barrier? We don't know that, right? So we need more data to be able to conclude about B as well, so I'll eliminate option B. C tells me more people will suffer from conjunctivitis in 2010 than did in 1994. Uh, uh, Again, conjunctivitis is uniform. It does not vary with age, so I cannot conclude about C either, right? Then we have D, which says most Americans will encounter either conjunctivitis or glaucoma by 2010. Guys, guys, I know that this was an enticing answer option, but understand that it is talking about most Americans, right? The data is about patients who suffer from eye related diseases. What if out of 100 people, only 5 suffer from eye related diseases? The data is about them that out of those 5, conjunctivitis is number 1 and glaucoma is second. This answer option is about most Americans. But the argument or the information is about people who suffer from eye related diseases. It is not about all Americans. This says all Americans are expected to exceed 50 by the year of 2010. But ऐसा थोड़ी है कि जो भी 50 के ऊपर होगा सबको ग्लोकोमा हो जाएगा. The data is about people who contract eye related diseases. It is not about people in general. Even if most Americans exceed the age of 50, that does not mean all Americans will suffer from eye related diseases, right? That is why I'll eliminate option D as well and look at option E. It says the average age of Americans suffering from conjunctivitis will increase between 1994 and 2010. Obviously, it will, because here they are saying average age of people is increasing and conjunctivitis is uniform. Conjunctivitis does not discriminate between younger people and older people. Conjunctivitis किसी को भी हो सकता है. तो अगर 1994 में एवरेज एज 30 थी और 2010 में एवरेज एज 50 है, so people who are suffering from conjunctivitis, their average age also increases, no? So E is the most viable answer option in this regard. ठीक है? हाँ, तो V, Asim, it is not telling me whether most people have glaucoma or conjunctivitis. It is only saying 1994 में average age 30 थी, 2010 में average age 50 है. तो अगर 1994 में दो लोग भी कंजंक्टिवाइटिस के साथ सफर करते, तो द लाइकलीहुड ऑफ देम बीइंग 30-year-old इज मोर बिकॉज द एवरेज एज ऑफ पॉपुलेशन इज दैट. यहाँ पे even if one person is suffering from conjunctivitis but the average age of population is 50, then the likelihood of this person to be a 50-year-old is more, right? So if these two people are 30-year-olds and this person is 50-year-old, so the average age has increased, right? Are you getting my point? We are not trying to figure out whether people are suffering from conjunctivitis or glaucoma here. We are only talking about how average age of people who are suffering from conjunctivitis, it has increased because population की average age बढ़ गई है. Okay, let's look at the next question then. Okay, so we have E and A as probable answers. All right. Let's look at what the question is asking of us. Which of the following statements, if true, would be of the most use of the plan's critics in response to physicians' claims? So we want something to support the critics. Okay. What is the premise? The premise is, in order to help the most famine stricken areas of the world, genetic engineers have proposed injecting animals with growth hormone lipizine, which increases the animal's ratio of meat to body fat. Okay. So, growth hormone to basically get more out of killing an animal. Those who oppose this plan are concerned that the hormone could cause health problems in the humans who eat the meat. Okay. So the critics are concerned about health problems. That is what the critics are concerned with. A physician has defended the proposal by asserting that humans can ingest as much as 15 milligrams of lipizine daily and no animals would ever receive a dosage higher than 10 milligrams. तो वो कह रहे हैं मैं 10 मिलीग्राम से ज़्यादा दूंगा नहीं और 15 हमारी लिमिट है. Right? So we have to support the critics who say that there are health concerns. So if any of the options can bridge the gap from 10 to 15, then that would be the option that we would go for, because that would support the claim that these things support health risks or health concerns. Option A tells me lipazine occurs naturally in many animals that are farmed for human consumption. Obviously this is the answer. Why? Because if they are, imagine if they only, if they have 5 milligrams naturally occurring and then I'm adding 10, so this will make it 15, right? And 15 is something that is the upper limit for human consumption of lipazine. What if they already have 5 milligrams in their body and then I'm adding 10? This will total to 15 and this is the upper limit, right? So Shruti Asim has gotten it right. A is the correct answer. E tells me lipizine has shown to cause sterility in certain animals. तो animals में sterility cause कर रहा है ना, humans को health concern कैसे है? It is causing sterility in animals. That does not tell me whether it will be harmful for humans or not, right? So that is why E is not the answer and A is the answer to this particular question. Okay, next question now. Okay, Asim says D for this one. All right. Which of the following weakens the above conclusion? So, this is a straightforward weakening question. In 1984, almost 2% of humans who were admitted to hospital emergency rooms after suffering a scorpion bite in the southwestern died from the attack. 2% मतलब अगर 100 लोग हैं तो 2 लोग मर रहे हैं. 2% uh, who were admitted. Now understand, this is not 2% of the people. This is 2% who were admitted to hospital after suffering a scorpion bite died from the attack. So if 10 people are admitted, then also 2 people are dying. Yeah. Okay. So then they are saying 10 years later, this figure had jumped to 4%. So 10 years later, that is 1994. 1994, if 100 people are getting a scorpion bite, 4 people are dying. Right? 4 people are dying. Clearly, the venom of the scorpion has become much more toxic to humans. So now they are saying clearly venom has become much more toxic. Why? Because my number has increased from 2 to 4. Right? This is what they are saying. Uh, okay, and Asim said option D. D says since 1984, people have learned that scorpion bites can be treated in the home as long as they are detected early. So this means, now again, understand guys, uh, the idea here is that this is percentage of humans who were admitted to hospital emergency rooms. Right? So what if, imagine, 100 people are, let's forget the figure of 10, right? Because then the calculation will be easier if we have 100 as our base number. If 100 people are getting admitted to the hospital, 2 people are dying, right? 100 people are getting admitted to the hospital, 2 people are dying. And here in 1994, they are saying the figure had jumped to 4%. So if 100 people are suffering from, the 100 people are admitted to the hospital, 4 are dying. But here they are saying that here, say 150 people got bit. 150 people got the scorpion bite, right? They got bit by the scorpion. And out of these 150, 50 are being treated at home. So the actual number is 4 by 150. But here, that is not the actual number. Here, whoever got the scorpion bite was being taken to the hospital, right? This is what they are saying, that since 1984, people have learned that scorpion bites can be treated in the home. So not a lot of people are going to the hospital, right? So this is weakening the statement that scorpion ka venom has become much more toxic. This is weakening the statement because the percentage is flawed. 150 people are getting the bit by scorpions. Out of 150, 50 are being treated at home, 100 are being taken to the hospital, and out of 100, 4 people are dying, right? But the actual percentage is 4 by 150 here. A is the answer, then no, the answer is D. You got it right earlier. The answer is D. Answer is D. What is this? Is 2 by 100 into 100, right? This is the actual percentage of people dying, but here the actual percentage of people dying is 4 by 150 into 100, right? 5 threes are 5 twos are, this is 8 by 3. This is 2 point something something, right? So the idea essentially being that here more people are being treated at home, so the actual percentage is not 4%, the number is going to be large because a lot of people are being treated at home. However, this was not the case when it came to the 2% people dying, because all of them were being taken to the hospital. This number 150 could also be 200. Say half the people are being treated at home and half the people are being taken to the hospital. It has nothing to do with the scorpion population, Asim. Nothing to do with the scorpion population. 2.66 exactly. So what I'm saying is that even this is not proving the point, but if this were 4 by 200, then the percentage will be the same, right? Then the percentage will be the same. So either also 2% people are dying, either also 2% people are dying. But the idea is that this number could be anything, because now people are treating themselves at home also. Alright. C is not the answer, Shruti. Why? Because C says most people who suffer scorpion bites are inexperienced hikers who are unaware of the best methods to avoid coming in contact with the scorpion. Again, it does not tell me why the percentage has increased, right? I had to figure out a reason for the percentage to increase, right? So that was the essential idea, and that is why I'll do away with option C as well. All right, so I'll basically we've come to the end of our class now. I would like to tell you about these batches that we are starting nowadays, right? You can explore them, start learning from all of these educators on the platform for free, and that the next Unacademy Combat is on the 7th of February 2021, right? Which is Sunday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Do try and give this exam because it is for free and you can use my name to unlock it, Prankur, to unlock the exam. And if you perform well, you get free subscription as well as Amazon gift vouchers. All right, so thank you so much for tuning in. Karan, watch the recording, try to solve all the questions that we solved in the class. Yeah, try to watch the recording, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much.